What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Duran.
Rich, what up, though?
Still in the building.
Still here. This is the Rich Week.
There we go.
So, going on to another question for y'all. If you could, just looking back at your childhood, if you could change, like, your financial situation and where you grew up, would you?
Where I grew up, no. Financially, of course, looking back, hindsight is best sight, right? But looking back, I think I wouldn't, though, because it made me who I am.
Yeah.
Like, taught me how to go get it. Like, dog, I ain't have, like, no handout. It wasn't no handout.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, it shaped me to say, I don't want to go back to where I was at. So I wouldn't change it, though, because even though we didn't have much, my parents never made it seem like we didn't.
I know.
Every Christmas, I'm talking about toys full. You know what I'm saying? We went without some things, but necessities, never went without. So the memories I made with my sisters, my friends, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it at all. But it's a double-edged sword to that question. You know why I say that?
Why?
Because now I grew up having to be tough. I got 2 little boys, right? So sometimes I put that on them. Try to get them tough way too early. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, you got to put you know what I'm saying? But like,
Like, why are you crying?
Yeah, you ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Our neighborhood is all right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get to a fight. Hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's some childhood trauma probably that I'm not, me and my wife bump heads a lot.
Yeah.
And I be like, man, he all right. But she be coddling him. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, so I'm putting my childhood on them and I'm trying to cut back from that.
That ain't gonna never change.
Okay.
Mine are 11 and 9. And I got girls, so I'm like, I'm supposed to be a little more soft on them, but nah, like they'll fall and do something. Like the other day, my daughter, I tell them all the time, don't flip in my kitchen. Like they gymnasts, don't flip in my kitchen. And we in the room and we just hear, doo. And then I hear my youngest crying. And I go to the stairs and I go, what happened? And she was like, I hit my foot on the table. How you hit your foot on the table? Were you flipping? Yeah. And I go, I told you don't flip in the kitchen. Is your foot all right? Yeah. She's still crying. I'm like, all right, you good. Mm-hmm. Here come my wife. Come here, let me see your foot. And I'm like, nah, let it be. She all right. She ain't listened. She learned her lesson. But she's just like, nah, I want to take care of her. And I'm just like, man, dude, I used to fall. I used to hurt myself. Yeah. You get up, you keep it moving, because my mama wasn't coming out. She wasn't going to see that. And it wasn't because she ain't love us. Mm-hmm. It was just like, hey, you keep it moving.
Like, anything broke? All right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Keep going.
Don't worry about you, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. But like, man, I don't think I would change my circumstances neither. I think I keep it the way it was because it teaches me how to be humble. Sometimes you don't have something. You don't. I mean, it's not saying you don't have high expectations. It's just saying you learn to appreciate something when you get it a little bit more because you know that it wasn't easy to obtain. Now, if I just started out like that, I'm gonna just not care about nothing. I ain't started out like that. So, like you said, Christmases and birthdays, they was filled up, some stuff. You know, you had to get some clothes from the thrift store. And now thrifting is popular these days. But back then, that was a struggle.
Right.
I look what I found at the thrift store. And I'm like, boy, come in there with some fake felines on or something. I'm telling you, they was tearing you up, boy. Like,
look, and I used to be so bothered because my mama used to do stuff like, she used to come home from work and she'd be like, y'all go up to Save-A-Lot on 29th and State. And she'd be like, y'all go up there, here's a bunch of change, go buy some bread and some meat and some cheese. So we got lunch or food for the week. And I'm like, man, why I gotta go pay for this? Like, are you embarrassed? What is it? And then I look back now and I'm like, nah, she was just tired. She was working 2 jobs, busting her ass and trying to pay bills. And she giving us whatever change she could collect in order for us to go pay for stuff. And I remain humble today. Like, regardless of how much I make, I'll forever remain humble because in my mind, I remember, like, I was paying for groceries with change. Yeah. And a lot of people can't say that. And a lot of people can't even say they had that. Like, to go buy bread and lunch meat and cheese.
So, I remember the bottle, taking the cans to the store. What?
Yeah.
Those some good times. Thinking back, you get some bottles, you know what I'm saying? Because as a kid, you can do that. Anybody looking too crazy.
Yeah, right.
You getting them chips, you busting it down with your boys. Y'all are eating good. It's some good times in the struggle, I'm trying to tell you.
I know.
It's some good times, man. Like some of my best friends I met in that.
Yeah.
And we had to go through something. We ending up money to get a little Caesar hunt ready.
Yeah.
Me and my boy Lil, my brother L. I'm talking, we eating good though, right? And we talk about it to this day. Like, wow, that's some moments though.
I had two homies who one of them passed away, but I had two of them who we used to go get change and be like, Mama, can I do something for $1? She'd be like, yeah, go do this, give me $1. And we go get Sprite Remix back when they used to have those. Go over to Snack Pack on 18th and Parallel. Go in there, get Sprite Remixes. We go back to one of their house, and we be sitting there with cups acting like we drinking.
Yeah,
because that's what we see from the grandparents or whatever. But we just sitting there, and you just shooting the breeze, talking like, hey.
And one thing that I really enjoyed back then, you knew who your real friends were.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want nothing from you. You had nothing to give. They had nothing to give. Y'all just really in here together. So you know who your real friends are. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking in your house without knocking. What's up?
If I'm eating, you eating too.
You eating.
Yeah. Hey, let's go to McDonald's. Hey, I ain't got no money. I ain't asked you that.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't asked you that. I said, let's go.
Let's go.
Like, that whole mentality is dead, though. It's dead. These kids cutthroat. I don't ever remember a time when I was younger I ain't sharing nothing. Like, I got a whooping. Yeah. I got a whooping for taking my socks off and giving them to my boy because he had holes in his socks. I was like, bro, you can have these. I'm like, I know I got them on, but he put them on. I was like, all right, cool. I walked in the house, got my whole color slapped off. She was like, why you giving him your socks? And she understood why I gave him the socks. But it's the principle because it's like, I just got you them socks so you can have some socks. Now some little boy got them on his feet. But you know what? I'm proud of you because it showed that you got a good heart. I done gave people the shirt off my back. Eating food, you know, Mad Jacks. When I first had some Mad Jacks, I had a piece of fish and it was one piece I had left, and it was like just a little nugget. I broke that piece in half and shared it with my mans. That was the realest thing. And we still talk about that to this day.
Yeah, memories.
It was that deep. Low key, the reason we talk about it is because Cuz dropped it on the ground. And picked it back up. I said, eat it, bro.
Eat it. You got to.
It was good. It tasted better than it did. I was like, ain't no way. I was like, it's cool.
Better blow that off and you good.
It was cool. You can't take that back playing kickball. We ain't got no bases. We ain't got no pads. Man, that Rock is first base. That glass bottle over there by Miss Perline House second base. And home is in the ditch. Just don't step on that part because you're going to hurt your ankle. Man.
Everybody knew, like, hey, we meeting up at the court at 4:30.
Yeah.
That's where everybody going to be at.
Yeah.
If you ain't there, they sitting there hey, what happened to you? Man, my mama wouldn't let me come out.
Right? You gotta go ask her. Go ask her and say, you.
Yeah, you come over and ask her at 4:15.
Yeah. You know why you over there just smiling. I had you do the same thing. I was like, hey, bro, my mama finna come home. You gotta get out. But just act like you came here and knock on the door.
Slide out the back door, whip around the front, and then be like, is Duran home?
Yeah, so I wouldn't change nothing. I wouldn't change nothing. Just thinking about these memories, man. I'm talking about sharing clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you got somebody's shoes on, they look too crazy. Man, I need them back tomorrow, bro. You can wear them today, though.
Yeah.
Man, what?
Hey, and you know who was real homies? Because they used to do that 2 different shoes. So I have one Jordan and have a different Jordan on, and you be like, hey, where the other one at? You see your homeboy got the other same.
Yeah, no, for real.
He rocking the other pair.
You know, it's just stuff you see that just, like I said, it's the culture, that mindset. Like, you come out here and every house got a basketball goal and a pole on it, or a post. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you go back, man, you see a basketball, like you see a basket, milk crate with the bottom cut out, and you see somebody nail the backboard up there. Nobody ain't got no goals down there and stuff where we come from. You making it look good, but that ain't the life you want to portray. So you gotta just remember that's what makes you humble, because then now, you know what I'm saying, look, I'm down here, we at your spot, you got the whole thing for your kids. You know what I'm saying? That's an accomplishment. Mm-hmm. Some people might be like, oh, that's nice, he's a good daddy. No, that's a accomplishment.
Sure.
You couldn't do that back then. That wasn't even a reality or a thought to you. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you didn't think about it, it's kind of like you feel like you didn't deserve that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now it ain't like that. You can do that stuff that you can do that. So then that's when people look at you like that, like, dang. You know? But
I think it's just I think it's easier because there's a constant like incline. Right? You moving up in life. So you don't notice it when you're there. And at each level, you don't notice. You notice, mm-hmm. like, you can look back and be like, oh, I'm better than where I was at. Yeah. But if it was the opposite way, like, you notice it hard. Like if I grew up with money and then I end up in the hood, then I'm like, damn, man. I remember when I had that basketball goal up front, and now like we got goals with no nets or whatever, trying to figure it out.
How to survive.
Right.
What? Know how to survive.
There's some of the stuff I ain't never seen. I didn't know what an island was in the house. Man, I ain't had no sink where you pull it down and the thing come out. Somebody did that, and I was like, "Boy, your sink broke, bro. That's dope, but this broke." Nah, it's supposed to be like that.
Like,
I don't know. I didn't even know what a double vanity was the other day until my wife said it to me. As smart as I am, she told me what double vanity was. I was like, "What is that?" And she was like, "You really don't know?" And I'm like, "Nah, I ain't grow up with that."
You mean I ain't gotta share a sink with you?
I ain't know no mirror go from here to here.
Yeah.
Man, you got a mirror you can hold up.
You go
Man,
like
pass
this,
that back
go.
there. You brush my hair, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. Little stuff like that, but people hear that and they think that's funny or that's the struggle story. Ain't nothing funny about that. That's just life. People really out here living like that.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know nothing about a new car until, honestly, till I met your wife.
Oh, new what?
A new car.
I ain't have no car till I met my wife either.
Ain't nobody.
I ain't have a car. Like I ain't have a car. You know, we had no luxury to get the car.
Right.
What are we talking about?
I think I was what? It was 2006, 2008 when I got my first car. And it was a 1995 Geo Prism. I'm 6'3" in this little car. Little green, bright green car.
I used to talk about you so bad.
Used to whip it all the time.
Don't get me, bro. Like, we look small here. No, you big.
You big.
But for real, like, I didn't buy, like, for real. And I consider my current car a new car. Yeah. And it's a 2020. But, like, I didn't buy nothing that close in years. Until I bought this.
Man, so doing that, did you like ever care though? Did you care what people thought?
Nah.
Well, you know, now social media killing everything.
Yeah.
Right? If you ain't got a new car, you ain't got nothing, you doing bad. You because people make their life look the best ever on social media. And I know people who do it, and I know you for real.
Right.
And that's what you do. Come on, so social media. So now you want to keep up with everybody. Now you trying to keep up with that. Nah, like back when we growing up. You ain't know what other people was doing.
Right.
So you ain't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's too much going on. Oh, he got that. I got
to get that too.
I ain't doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing something wrong. No, he living with his mama. You got to take care of your family. You all right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
How he on vacation again? How he here again?
Yeah, I'm so cool. That's so much. I don't even participate in that. Like that's the weakest thing ever. Like that's not real. It's all an illusion. It's a thought. It's a mental thing. I don't have to keep up with you. If that's what you got to do to make you happy, do you. Man, when I do something, I know it's going to be monumental.
Yeah.
It's going to be something great. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be something great. It's cool. I can say it's mine. Nobody ain't getting me about my spot.
A lot of people can't say it's theirs, though. A lot of people can't say that.
That's because that's how I grew up, though.
That's what I'm saying. It always go back to how you grew up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just know from seeing. So I'm like, you got to see that. I feel like they got to be like some trial or some period where people got to go through something like that because you got to see it. Like you got to know what it's like. Like now you don't really know what it's like till you got to eat beanie weenies.
What?
Ask somebody if they know what beanie weenies is today.
Dude, listen, I came home one day from practice, right? I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
Nah, you good.
But listen, I came home from practice one day. We had like a cabinet. It was like glass though, right? And I wanted these sausages, this Jimmy Dean, fry, put them in some bread. We didn't have no bread. I slammed the cabinet so hard and broke, right? My thing. So my mom was like, oh my God. And then she told my dad was like, I went out there, I know I was getting in trouble, right? And he was talking to me, right? He said, I can't beat your ass because you hungry. Right? He said, that don't even make sense.
What's that gonna do?
But I was like, man, but I was just so mad because I just had it in my mind. It wasn't there, man. I was like, man. So now, if I want to eat it, I can go get it.
Right.
But I remember, I don't want to go back to that. I can't go back to that. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, though. People take that for granted.
Yeah.
Look, this going to have to continue on to a part 2 because I got some more questions I want to ask on this. But y'all catch us tomorrow. For part 2. Don't forget to follow us on Before We Forget the podcast, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.